This year, humans will venture back to the moon for the very first time in over half a century. Private companies will launch their own space stations into orbit. Robotic spacecrafts will explore Moon's most valuable regions, investigate Mars' mysterious moons, and search distant stars for planets that could resemble Earth. This is not the distant future. These missions have already been built, tested, funded, and ready to launch. So today, we're taking a deep dive into the biggest missions of 2026 and why this year could redefine humanity's future in space. For the first time since 1972, humans are headed back to the moon. NASA's Artemis II mission will send 4 astronauts aboard the Orion spacecraft on a multi-day journey that loops around the moon before returning to Earth. This will be the first time humans leave low Earth orbit since the Apollo era. Unlike Artemis I, which flew uncrewed, Artemis II will test every system needed to keep astronauts alive in deep space, including life support, radiation protection, navigation, and communications nearly 250,000 miles away from Earth. The crew will pass behind the moon, temporarily losing direct contact with Earth, just like the Apollo astronauts once did. This mission is absolutely critical. If Artemis II is successful, it opens the door for Artemis III, which is the mission intended to land astronauts near the South Pole of the moon. Artemis II is not just a return to the moon. It's a rehearsal for long-term duration human exploration of the solar system. In 2026, something entirely new enters orbit. The world's first privately owned space station. Haven 1, developed by the company Vast, will launch aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and host short-term crewed missions in low Earth orbit. Unlike the ISS, Haven 1 is not owned by governments. It's a fully commercial platform. The station is designed with modern systems, simplified operations, and a smaller crew footprint, making it cheaper and faster to operate than traditional government stations. Why does this matter? Because the ISS is nearing the end of its life, NASA plans to retire it in the early 2030s, and commercial stations like the Haven 1 are meant to replace it. This mission represents the beginning of a future where research, manufacturing, and even tourism is led by privately owned companies rather than government alone. Axiom Mission 5 continues the trend that was impossible nearly a decade ago. Fully private astronaut missions to orbit. Launched aboard a SpaceX Crew-12, the mission will carry a private crew to the ISS, where they will conduct scientific research, technological demonstrations, and commercial experiments. Axiom's long-term goal is much bigger than single missions. The company is developing space station modules that will attach to the ISS and later detach to become an independent Axiom space station. It's another step to making spaceflight accessible to researchers, companies, and other nations that don't have their own space program. While commercial missions get all the attention, the ISS still requires crew rotations to function. And that's where SpaceX Crew-12 comes in. SpaceX Crew-12 is one of NASA's routine commercial crew missions, transporting astronauts from multiple countries to the stations for long-duration stays. These missions keep hundreds of experiments running, from medical research and material science to Earth observation and climate studies. Crew-12 may not be flashy, but it represents something remarkable: continuous human presence in space for over 25 years. China's Chang'e 7 mission targets the most important location on the moon. The lunar South Pole contains craters that never seen sunlight. Inside them may be vast deposits of water ice frozen for billions of years. Chang'e 7 is a complex mission consisting of an orbiter, a lander, a rover, and a hopping probe designed to jump into the shadowed regions. Its goal is to directly study these icy environments and determine how accessible these resources are. Water on the moon will change everything. It can be turned into drinking water, breathable oxygen, and even rocket fuel. Chang'e 7 signals that the moon is no longer a destination for exploration. It's becoming a destination for long-term presence. Japan's MMX mission is headed to one of the solar system's biggest unanswered questions: the origin of Mars' moons. Phobos and Deimos are small, oddly shaped, and unlike Earth's moon. Scientists aren't sure whether they captured asteroids or remnants of a massive collision. MMX will orbit Mars, study both moons up close, land on Phobos, and return samples back to Earth. A rare and incredible complex feat. Understanding these moons could reveal how Mars evolved. In late 2026, the European Space Agency will launch Plato, one of the most powerful planet-hunting telescopes ever built. Plato is designed to search for Earth-sized planets orbiting Sun-like stars, focusing on worlds that could potentially support life. Unlike James Webb, which studies known planets in detail, Plato is a discovery machine, scanning huge areas of the sky to find new planetary systems. It will measure tiny dips in starlight as planets pass in front of their stars and analyze subtle stellar variations to determine star ages and structures. Plato will help answer if planets like Earth are rare or common. Mingjiao-1 marks the debut of China's next-generation crew capsule. This uncrewed test flight will validate systems designed for deep space missions, including future crewed flights to the moon. Compared to China's current Shenzhou spacecraft, Mingjiao is larger, more capable, and designed for missions far beyond Earth orbit. This mission confirms that China isn't just maintaining a space station, it's getting ready for human deep space exploration. 2026 is shaping up to be a turning point in space exploration. Humans return to lunar space, private companies build the next generation of space stations, robotic explorers push deeper into the moon, Mars, and the galaxy beyond. The future of space isn't coming someday, it's launching soon. Let me know what missions you're excited about, and if you want more videos like this. Thank you, and have a nice day.